never could without. I would have lost it all. But now I see how you were. Hey, Cynthia on live. Hey, guys. Hey, guys. I'm wiser. I'm better. Okay, there we go. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. Okay. I'm just, look here. Look here. Look here. Hey, thank you for jumping on. I'm going to give it a few more moments before I start the chit-chatting over here. Hey, guys, thank you for jumping on. Thank you for jumping on. If you can, invite your followers. I'm going to be talking some good stuff this week. I'm back on. I had a great weekend at the Bonner Brothers Hair Show, and my cousin came down. My cousin came down from Florida, and she spent some time with me, and we went to training. We did so much. It was just so much, okay? So if you can, just invite your followers as I continue to go through. My topic for tonight is hair loss facts. I can connect tonight. Is it too late? Oh, this week? Okay. Anytime this week is fine with me. Anytime this week is fine with me. I am ready. I'm ready. So anytime this week is great. So anyways, let me turn this down, and I'm just going to go ahead and jump on. I know it's a little bit late for me. I normally jump on between 10 and 10:30. I had a lot going on. Tomorrow is great. I have a meeting in the morning at 8, and then anytime after 8. You want to do in the morning? So let me know if you want to do it in the morning. I think my meeting is only going to be about an hour. So like around maybe 10 is great for me. Okay. All right, guys. So I'm going to jump on. I'm going to get right into my topic for tonight. Y'all, those of you who know me, I'm TenishaBibbs. I am a licensed cosmetologist educator. I'm a hair loss practitioner. And I'm also a wig expert. And tonight we are going to be talking about hair loss facts. 10 o'clock a.m. is great with me, Miss Cynthia. So if for those of you who are watching this by replay, thank you so much for sharing this with your followers and also tapping the screen and giving hearts on tonight. Well, tonight is, a little different because I normally jump on. That's great. Thank you so much. I normally jump on, like around between, I want to say about 10:30, but tonight I'm on a little later, but we're going to be talking some hair facts, okay? So the number of hair loss sufferers, let me go back to this. There are 1/3 to, hey Maven, how are you? Thank you for jumping on. So there are 1/3 to 1/2 of people approximately have noticed hair loss in a lifetime. Okay. So in the U.S. alone, you have over 100 to 150 million people that are losing their hair on a daily basis. That is, thank you so much for sharing on. That is men and women. Okay. The 97% of men who are losing their hair is called male pattern baldness. 90% of men. You have 70% of women who lose their hair that are called female pattern baldness. Okay. And there are certain areas in the hair, on the head that they will lose their hair first, whether it's in the front or the back and those things like that. So you have men mostly lose their hair than women. Okay. Believe it or not. Okay. And so as they begin to go through a balding stage, a lot of times what happens is that to the naked eye, so to your eye and to my eye, it looks as if they're balding, as if they don't have any hair. But when you look up under a scope, it's going to show you if there are hair growing out of the follicle. And if there's hair growing out of that follicle, then there is a great possibility that that hair can actually grow back through a system. I thought I had my system here. I wanted to show you guys tonight, but I'll show you guys on another scope tomorrow. And so you have the 97% of men who lose their hair instantly as they start to grow instantly it just start coming out. As I walk around now, I look at the men and I notice right here in the crown area or in the frontal part of their head, they're starting to lose hair. And so to my eye, to your eye, to everyone else's eye, it looks as if they're balding. But a lot of times, again, when you go up under a scope, you will see that there are little small terminal hairs that is growing out of the follicle, and it's saying, help me, I want to get out of here. But we have to have product to use. Now, you can't go into a beauty supply store and get this product. There's no way. It's not going to work. You know, I know everybody's saying they have product that they make, and we have a manufacturer company that made this product and it's geared for alopecia. No, not at all. I'll get into that on a later date. I'm not going to get into what the ingredients is that need to be in the products for it to work, and all of the laser treatments that you need to have and all those great things. I'm not going to get into that because you might just get a little confused. So I'll take you slowly. Okay. So the rest of the hair loss. Okay. Now we started with baldness in women and male. The rest of your hair loss is going to come from hormones, thyroid, anemia, overprocessed hair, chemicals, and pollution in the air and food. So guys, a lot of things that you're intaking in your body, a lot of your foods that you're intaking is going to have an effect on your hair loss. Okay, you have to be mindful of what you're eating and what you're putting in your system. That's why you have to drink a lot of water, okay? Because what you put in, it has to come out. And a lot of times it come out through your follicles and it damages your hair. And so we want to make sure that we continue to grow your hair, okay? Also, estrogen causes hair loss. Okay, masking themselves with estrogen causes hair loss. You have 50% of women by the middle age have noticed hair loss. Now, there's a difference between what we talked about last week. We talked about traction alopecia. We talked about androgenetic alopecia. We talked about alopecia areata universalis and alopecia areata. And those are the different types of hair alopecias. There's a list of more. I won't get into that right now. We'll get into that on a later date. But when you start seeing and noticing hair loss, a lot of your hair loss is going to come from androgenetic alopecia. And also traction alopecia, okay? Traction alopecia is tugging and pulling of the hair. So a lot of times when you are getting a sew-in and you start to braid your hair down, guess what happens? You braid too tight and it causes pulling and tugging of the hair, the hair out of the follicle. And that's when you're going to start seeing or noticing hair loss, all right? A lot of people that, you know, they like the fashion of things, and it's great to have your hair sewn in. It looks good. That's why I recommend wigs or custom wigs, because custom wigs is not going to do that. Okay. A lot of times when you people are like, I don't want a custom wig, I'd rather a sew in. But to be honest with you, if the person who's doing your sew in is not educated and they're braiding tight, you're going to have a form of traction alopecia, regardless of what, if you put your hair up in a ponytail, regardless if you put your hair in spongies or whatever you're doing, you're going to see some form of hair loss. So my job is to prevent you from having this hair loss, okay? And this is why I do most of my educating, because I want you to really be educated about what hair loss really is, okay? And what people have made it to be, it's not what it is, all right? It's more than what you think it is. It's a lot of intake of what we put in our bodies. It's a lot of our nutrition. Our health is not good. We eat a lot of candy. We eat pork and all kind of stuff. And we start going through hair loss, and then we say, you know what, it doesn't matter to me because now I can just put a sew-in in, and then you're creating another situation. I'm not saying sew-ins are bad. I'm just saying that when you do get your sew-in, you need to be careful that you are not braiding too tight, because if you braid too tight, you will cause traction alopecia over the course of time. You would lose your hair, and then you have to come to me, and we have to try to restore that hair back if the hair bulb is still intact. All right. Most men do something about hair loss. They suffer hair loss between the ages of 20 and 55. And in women, they suffer between the ages of 35 and 70 years old. There is a big gap, guys. But men suffer with hair loss more than women. Okay. Under the age of 50, it's called severe emotional blowout. People lose their mind, I'm telling you, when it comes to hair loss because they don't know what to do. And unfortunately, they go to licensed stylists who do not educate themselves on hair loss and hair loss treatments. And what they do is they go to shampoos and conditioners thinking they can solve a problem that they cannot solve. So if you don't know or don't understand hair follicle, hair bulb, or the papilla, and if the papilla is intact, what's going on, if you're not using a scope, you're not going to understand the severity of the case, because you have people who are on medication. You have people who take medication. They not only take medication, but they could have lupus. Some of the things I just listed here: hormones, thyroids, anemia, overprocessed hair. They can be on blood thinners, and this will cause an effect on the hair. You know what I mean? And it start to break or start to shed and things like that. All right. Now, when women suffer from hair loss, let me tell you the percentage of women that go through certain emotional turmoils. 29% of the population said that they admit to feeling scared about their hair loss. 29. To me, that's a big number, because if you have cosmetologists that are in the industry, we need to be educating our clients about hair loss. Hair loss, you don't just go to cosmetology school and then come out of cosmetology school because you can do hair and because you can roll a set real good, or you could do some quick weaves real good, or you could do a sew-in. You the baddest chick on the block. Where you're going to go wrong is when you don't educate your clients about hair loss and you say, oh, it's just this. And really, it's not. It's really a serious matter. So I need you, as a cosmetologist, to really, really, really understand that that hair loss is a part of your career. You have to teach your customers or your clients about hair loss and what it is. You might not have a passion, doing that, but partner up with the hair loss practitioner. Partner up with a trichologist and let them know, okay, if I'm experiencing some issues, or if my client, or I'm at the shampoo bowl and my client is shedding, 9 times out of 10, if they're relaxed, if they've gotten relaxer, a lot of time when they're in that shampoo bowl, what happens? You put them right in that shampoo bowl and you do not change their towel. So they're going to get a form of traction alopecia right here at the nape. They're going to get that. Over the course of time, you're going to start seeing that hair fall out into the sink. That's why they're balding. It's not because of the fact that, I just started balding because I'm androgenetic. No, I'm balding because I'm spending my money to go to a professional who will not change my dirty, relaxed towel from around my neck. Yeah, so that's so important that you change the towel right before you put them in the shampoo bowl, and that you wipe the shampoo bowl, because if not, the relaxer is processing. Okay, if you take cosmetology one-on-one, you would know that is still processing, and once you rinse it with H2O, guess what happens? You have to neutralize. Okay, so I just want to throw that nugget out there. 47% of the women said that they are embarrassed of their hair loss. Okay. They are totally embarrassed. They don't want to tell nobody. You have married women out there who do not want to tell their husbands that they don't have no hair. Okay. They're embarrassed about telling people. I have a few people now, when they sit, they're like, I don't want nobody to know I have hair loss. I don't even want. That's why when you're in a salon and you're treating people with alopecia, to be technically honest with you, you should not even be in the general population with them. You should take them in a secluded area and you should do their services, because it's embarrassing for them. And you don't want them to be overwhelmed, and they're already overwhelmed. All right. 15% said they feel very unattractive. Okay. And they feel unattractive. It makes them feel unattractive. I mean, we have wigs and everything now, but it's not like having your own hair where you could just put your hands through your head and, you feel in your hair. They feel unattractive. And 28% they experience paranoma. I think they said that word right. Paranoia. They go crazy. They just got things going on. They hallucinate. They got a lot of things going on with them because of hair loss. And people don't really take that into consideration. Everybody wants their wives. Oh, I'm not going to say everybody. They want, some men want their wives' hair to grow down their back. And if they so happen to put a weave in it or, a wig, they go ballistic. But this woman really needs it. You know what I mean? Like, let's really take that into consideration that she might she want to wear her hair. It's not right that you would make your wife walk around with a bald spot in the middle of her head and have it talking about for the sake of beauty. That's not fair. When you have custom wigs out there that you can help her, that you can buy for her and send her the treatment so her hair can grow back. Okay? It's not attractive to her. She only doing it to please you. All right? It's not attractive. So we need to really, really educate ourselves about hair loss. Those are some facts about hair loss. Tomorrow, excuse me, y'all. Tomorrow I'm going to jump back on and we're going to be talking some more about hair loss. I want to get into showing you guys a scope on alopecia areata. That's the one that I showed. The picture I showed last week with the hair was bald. When you see it to the naked eye, you're like, oh my God, her hair is completely bald. But when you go up under a scope, and I'm so ready for my scope to get here. I ordered my scope, so it'll be here next week. I want you guys to see when you look at a person with alopecia areata, they have terminal hair still growing out of the follicle. That tells me there is room for growth. They need laser treatments and they need all other treatments. And in the meantime, they can wear a custom lace wig. So, it's some good stuff, guys. I can't wait to show you guys tomorrow under my scope how it looks. If you jump on my Facebook page, which is TenishaBibbs, I'm actually going to be sharing it with my Facebook family tonight, so you can see that. And tomorrow I will share it with you by scope on Periscope. All right. So I love you guys so much. Thank you for joining in tonight. I will see you all tomorrow around the same time. Thank you for the love. And y'all follow Cynthia online. Love you guys. Bye-bye.